Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom to the 12 Shaji, Allah, giving of course all honor and praise unto the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Mahashiach, Yahweh Shah. That's all praises on and glorification unto the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Mahashiach, Yahweh Shah, who the world refers to as Jesus Christ, who is the Savior of the nation of Israel. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, this is Brother Yashala. Basically going into us staying focused in this thing, man. Right? Let's get this precept real quick. All right, in the book of Philippians, chapter 3. Right? Because we have to remain focused in this walk. Right? Philippians 3 and 13. Brethren, I count on myself to have apprehended. Right? But this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. So this is how Paul stayed focused in the spirit. He forgot the things that were behind him. He forgot about the things that he used to do in the world, right? He forgot about all that, right? He forgot about maybe the bad stuff that happened to him in this truth, man, right? He forgot about that. He forgot about the things that was weighing him down, right, through the spirit, right? Because you know that your mind, is sometimes want to tell you more than 7 watchmen. That's it, above in a high tower. That's Sirach 37:14, right? So your mind, right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs, right? Chapter 20. You know, Paul, he was staying focused in this thing, right? And that's why, right? Paul was on fire because he was staying focused. He was remaining focused, right? He was constantly reminding himself, why is he in this truth, man? Right? Do I want to be on fire or do I not want to be on fire? Right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, and verse 5. Counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. So counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, right? We could be in our thoughts all day, right? We can have vain hopes all day, right? And it's not going to matter, right? It's not going to help us in this truth. It's not going to help us in this walk. So Philippians, and let's get this precept, right? 1 Corinthians chapter 9, and let's start at verse 25, right? 1 Corinthians 9 to 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible, right? So everybody that's striving for the mastery has to be temperate in all things, man. They got to be abounding in all things, right? Let's keep going. Here's the point. Verse 26, right? I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. So Paul is admonishing us that we got to remain focused, right? What are you fighting for in this truth, right? What are you really doing, right? Are you really striving for that mastery? Or are you striving for something else, right? Verse 27, but I keep under my body. So Paul said he keeps under his body, man, right? And bring it into subjection. That goes into the flesh, right? He brought his flesh under subjection, right? Paul, he was a eunuch through the spirit, right? He voluntarily did not have a wife, right? Like it says in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1, right? That's putting his flesh or putting his body under subjection, right? Hey, Paul, he might have had thoughts about going back into the world, right? Because that's bound to happen. They even tell you that in the book of 2 Corinthians, right? That the thorn was given to him in the flesh, right? A messenger of Satan to buffet him, right? And he besought the Lord thrice, right? That demon will leave him, but it didn't, right? Because man that is born upon the earth has to fight this battle. So what are we fighting for, right? That goes into remaining focused, right? 1 Corinthians 9:27. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I preach to others, I myself should be a castaway, right? And we don't want to be that castaway. We also want to attain that crown, man, right? Let's go to the book of 2 Timothy, right? Chapter 4. 2 Timothy chapter 4. And when I say this, hey, I'm also getting on myself too, man. Right? We can't let our thoughts have the rule over us, right? In our vain hopes, like it says in the book of Sirach, chapter 23, right? Remove far from you vain hopes and concupiscence, and thou shalt hold them up that is desirous always to serve thee, right? Let's go to Second Timothy chapter 4, right? Verse 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. So Paul said that he kept the faith, right? He endured, right? He remained focused. In order for us to endure, we have to remain focused. That goes with anything. If you're doing a workout, right, you have to remain focused in that workout to endure it, right? You can't be thinking about other stuff, or else you're just going to lose your momentum, right? Verse 8, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness. So he said that there's a crown of righteousness waiting for me, right? How many of us can say that? You know what I'm saying? And he knew that, right? He knew that there's a reward to it, a reward that's waiting for him, right? He understood that. That's remaining focused, right? Always thinking about the kingdom, always thinking about the reward that shall come, right? Doubtless. Like it says in the book of Psalms chapter 126, verse 6, right? Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me in that day, and not to me only, but unto all them, Slakia, unto all them also that love his appearing. You see that? So he was remaining focused, man. He was always thinking about the crown, right? That reward. And that should be our thoughts too, right? We have to purge out these and scourge these wicked thoughts, right? And the vain hopes, right? Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 23. And this is a good prayer for that too, right? Sirach 23 and 1. O Lord, Father, govern my life, my whole life. Lead me not to their counsels and let me not fall by them, right? Who has set scourges over my thoughts, right? And the Lord, he's going to set scourges over your thoughts if you ask of it, right? A scourge is a whip. So you want the Lord to literally, or it's like if physically or it's like spiritually whip your thoughts, right? And bring them into subjection. It says, in the discipline and wisdom of my heart, that they spare me not for my ignorances, and it pass not by my sins, right? So Sirach 23 is a good precept for that. You know, remaining focused, right? And remaining focused goes into what? Always thinking about the reward that's going to come, right? Let's go to in Proverbs, right? Hold on now, right? It's like, let's get this last precept, right? Hold on now, right? This is the book of Proverbs, right? Proverbs chapter 20, right? Wait, come on. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 18, right? All praise it. I'm going to start at verse 17. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long, right? And we might envy sinners in this truth, right? But we can't be doing that because we understand that, like what it says in the book of Sirach 9:11, envy not the glory of the sinner, right? But you know not his end, right? Let's read this precept. Verse 18. For surely there is an end, meaning surely there is a reward, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. Baha Shema Mashak, man. There's a reward waiting for the righteous. All right, so stay focused. All right, let's stay focused in this thing. Brother Yashala. Kwam Yashala. Give him, of course, all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh Bash and Yahweh Shah. Shalom.